Tonight, on Gaming on Board, Queen Himiko has tasked every builder in the kingdom with a prestigious mission: build the capital of Yamatai and make it the jewel of the archipelago. Your task? Surpass your competitors and build the most prestigious city of them all, using resources from the fleets that travel through the kingdom. Prepare your strategy, recruit specialists, and do whatever is necessary to become the best builder and be rewarded by Queen Himiko for your work. In the end, only one name will be remembered as the greatest builder of Yamatai. Tonight, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite games, Yamatai. Let's go down to the table and check it out. Okay, so this is Yamatai. I could just barely fit all this in frame, so you're going to see some of my crap stacked up around the sides. Please excuse that. And anyone wondering what an archipelago is, it's just a group of islands in a large body of water. So there you go. It just sounded better than a large body of water with a grouping of islands. So this is Yamatai all set up and ready to go. The first thing you'll do is shuffle up these different tokens and put them face down so that they're gray on all these different islands. And then I'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see what we have to do after that's done. So once you've got all the tokens face down, you'll go through and flip them all face up, and any of them that have a mountain symbol will get a mountain. Okay. Alright, so let's go through here. No mountain, no mountain. This one's gray on both sides, so it gets removed from the board. This one has a mountain, so we'll remove this and place a mountain on it. Or I'm sorry, not remove it, just place a mountain. And then I'll just go through and do the rest of these. You don't need to see the rest of that. Alright, so we got all of them flipped over and ready to go. So the way this game works is you'll be choosing a special ability each turn from here. And as you choose that special ability, you'll also be choosing your turn order for the next turn. So if you chose this one, you'd be going first. But it only gives you a green boat. So basically the tile you choose will tell you what boats you get and what turn you'll be going in, as well as any special ability at the top. So I have a 2-player game set up, and all that really means is we have to use orange and blue, and we each have 10 houses. If you play 3-player, you use specific colors excluding one, and you only have 8 houses. If you play 4-player, I think it's 6 houses apiece, and you use all 4 colors. Also in a 2-player game, you each get 2 workers to choose what you're going to take. Normally you only have 1. So that's the only difference between a 2-player, 3-player, and a 4-player game. So the game, there's let's see, 1, 2, 3 different ways, 4 different ways, 5 different ways for the game to end. So if any of these boats ever run out, we got green, brown, can't really see the black ones because I have a black table. There's black boats. Red and gold. If the supply of any of the boats runs out, then the game ends immediately. If this stack of special abilities ever runs out, the game ends. And there's quite a few. And the game starts with 5 available at the top. If the building stack runs out, the game ends immediately. And whenever someone places their last building token, their last house, it's a basic building, then the game ends. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that's the only way the game ends. there are 3 different denominations of money in the game. You got 1s, 2s, and 10s. That's because of the cost of things down here. You can see how much each boat costs. So the greens are 1, browns are 2, blacks are 3, reds are 4, and there's only special ways you can get gold. So the way this game works is you're placing boats to try to surround the islands in a specific pattern in order to build these buildings. So for this one, as an example, you'd have to have 3 boats touching the same island. 3 black boats touching the same island. There doesn't have to be 3 connected. Like, for example, if I wanted to build this building right here on this island, or let's use this one instead. It doesn't have to be black, black, black. I could have a black here, and a black here. As long as there's 3 black boats touching that island. So that's how you build buildings. And then there's special rules about how the boats can go out. So there's 5 starting places here denoted by these boats. So this is the starting place, and then you can move all around the map. So the boats, you can only ever play off of an existing boat. So I could start any color I want on the starting space, any one of these starting spaces, and then continue my track however I want. So say that was my first, let's just say I took this power. It gives me a red, a brown, and any color I want. I took a red, a brown, and a black, and I started with a black, then I played a brown, then a red. So that's perfectly legal. After you place your boats, you have a choice. And this is all covered on the player mat here. So you choose which power tile you want. Then you can purchase or sell 1 boat. That's why it says ×1. So you can either sell a boat for its conversion rate or purchase a boat for its conversion rate. Then you place your boats. It only shows 3, but you can place as many as you have available and are capable of. Then you can either build a building, which is a basic building. A basic building is one that doesn't show any special structure on the tile. Like this one here is not a basic building. It's a Torii, I believe is what it's called. And it has the Torii symbol on it, which means you would place one of these. And these do certain things for you. I'll get to that later. But if it doesn't have a symbol like this or like this on it, then it'll be one of your basic buildings, which is kind of the clock for the game, one of the clocks for the game. So after you place your boats, you can either build a building if you've matched the required boats that are touching the island you're targeting, or either or, you can only build, or you can pick up tokens from adjacent islands that your boats are touching. So when I place this boat, that's touching this island and this island, so I can choose which one of these I want to take. So I can take this one, then I place this one, which is touching this one, so I can take that. Then I place this one, which is touching this one, and this one, so I'll take that. Because the thing to remember is you can't build a building on an island that still has one of these tokens on it. So the first few turns of the game, it makes sense to take the tokens to clear up the island so that you can build a building. But I cleared up a token off of a mountain, which could help the other player out, because when you build a building on a mountain, you get a victory point, regardless of the type of building. And it says that right here. If you build, oh no, I'm sorry, it has to be a basic building. So if you build a basic building, if blue builds a basic building there, they'll get a victory point just for doing that. If you build any type of building on these other areas, you don't get a victory point just for that. So I played my boats, I picked up these tokens, and then it tells you how you get victory points. Like I said, if you build a basic building on a mountain, you get a victory point. If you build a basic building next to one of these special buildings, you get a victory point. And then for each basic building that you string together, you get coins. So if that was already on the board, and then I built a building on this mountain, I would get a victory point for the mountain, and I would get 3 coins because I have 3 buildings adjacent to each other. So that's how that works. But in this case, I did not build a building. I picked up tokens. So we go on to the next step, which is store a boat. If you had any boats left over, you could store exactly 1 boat. Any boats that you're not able to store, go right here. And at the end of the game, every 2 boats you have over here is a -1 victory point. So after you've stored 1 boat and then put any unused boats here, then you can spend 2 matching tokens or 3 tokens of a different symbol to purchase 1 upgrade, or a specialist, I think is what they're called. And those are up here. I'm not going to go through them all. They do a ton of different stuff. So this guy lets you sell a gold boat to get 2 of any color. This lets you treat special buildings as if they were regular buildings, which is good because you can get victory points and money. This one lets you trade in any one of these tokens for a gold boat. This guy or girl lets you store 2 additional boats. So normally you could only store 1 boat. This will let you store 2 additional. And this one lets you place a boat anywhere on the perimeter of the map. So you wouldn't have to go off of an existing chain of boats. But anyway, there's a whole stack of them. So that's the last part of your turn. You can trade in 2 tokens or 3 of any color, 3 different color tokens to get 1 support tile, specialist tile. So I think I'm going to do that. I chose this card, collected my 3 boats, played them, picked up the tokens, and they are 3 different tokens. So I'll trade these 3 in to get this. It's worth 1 victory point at the end of the game, and now I can trade in 1 token for 1 gold boat. So right now I'm the only one that is able to get gold boats. So that's pretty good. Then it would be Blue's turn. Let's say they chose, I don't know, they're going to choose this one. Alright. And I forgot to say, there's a 6 on here, so they put their little guy on 6. Mine had a 10 on it, so I put it on 10. We're building player order next turn. So this one lets them get a green and a brown. So they'll go ahead and get their green and brown. And they get to swap any 2 tokens. Swap places. So we're going to be able to start wherever we want. So it doesn't really matter, but we want to make sure that we can at least get a pair or 3 different types. So if we come in this way, 1, 2, 3, we could get that, that, and that. So let's see, maybe we can set ourselves up later. So we'll swap these 2. The blue here, purple there. So that way we can come up this way and then go around this way and get a pair here and a pair there. That should be fine. And I don't think we want to buy any more boats because we know we're going to get a pair. So we can start with any color we want on any of these starting spots, which now there's only 3 left. Play those 2. This one's adjacent to here. I'll take that. This one's touching this one. I'll take that. So I got my power. I didn't buy or sell anything. I placed my boats. I picked up tokens. No points because I didn't build any buildings. I have nothing to store, and now I'm going to trade in a pair of tokens to get an upgrade. Specialist. I forgot to replace that. Oh no, that only replaces at the end of the round. I'm sorry. So I'll just get this one. So this is worth 2 points at the end of the game, and I get to treat special buildings as regular buildings, so I can get money and points off of them. So that's the end of Blue's turn. So now, I'm sorry, that's the end of Blue's first turn. Since we're playing 2-player, we each get 2 picks. So for Orange's second turn, I think he wants to go first. So he'll pick this one, which gives him a green boat. And then I put my little meeple on 1, which means I'll go first. And I could go through one of these. Ooh. Blue screwed up and realized that now Orange can go that way and pick up those 2 blues. So I do think, oh yeah, I forgot to mention each player starts with 10 coins. So we usually do 3 2s and 4 1s. But we'll just do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10. So he's going to buy another green boat just so he can get those 2 tokens. Get his 1 back. Get his green boat. So he picked his thing. He bought 1 boat. Now he's going to place his boats. 1 on the starting spot, which can be any color. Second one. So he'll grab this because it's next to there. This is next to here. Take that. Now he has nothing to store, but he can turn in this pair to get a specialist. So he already has the ability to turn tokens into gold boats. Might as well turn gold boats into any color he wants. And it's worth 2 points at the end of the game. So that's Orange's last turn. So now Blue. Let's see. He wants some boats. So he'll pick this up. So that means he'll be going number 8. And he gets a red and a green. There we go. And he gets to swap any 2 boats. So he can swap 2 boats places. So he'll look over here at the buildings. And let's see, this one takes 2 greens and a brown. So technically that condition's already met right here where the mountain is. So Orange set him up pretty good. So all he has to do to meet this is contribute 1 boat this turn to build this building. So what's he going to swap? He's got a red and a green. So it doesn't really matter. He'll just swap these just for the heck of it. Because he can. Alright. So we got our power. We didn't buy or sell any boats. Now we place our boats. This worked out really well. He's just going to place a green right here. So the way it works, if you want to play on an existing line, this is where the game gets tricky. You have to start with the same color that you're attaching to. So if I wanted to build off of this line here, I would have to start with a black boat. So if I wanted to go this way, I'd have to go black, and then any color I want as far as I can possibly go. Same going this way, black, any color I want. If I wanted to build off of this one, I have to go brown. Okay, so you just have to match. The first boat you play has to match wherever you're starting. So at this spot right here, it could be green or brown, because there's a green and a brown boat right next to this spot right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and play my green boat. And I'll build this because I've met this condition. I contributed this turn to that island, and it's got 2 greens and a brown. So I'll take one of the blue buildings, put it right there on the mountain. Because it's on a mountain, I get a victory point. And I have a leftover boat, so I'll store it right here. I can store 1 boat there. I don't have any tokens to do anything with, so that's the end of Blue's turn. And this is worth 1 victory point at the end of the game, and he also gets 2 coins when he builds it. Alright, so now we've both gone. This is the end of the round. We'll collect up all these power tokens that we chose. We'll shift this one all the way to the left. Shift all these down until this is full. Pull this one all the way down. Shuffle these up. And lay them back down here. Then flip all these over. These will reveal new power tiles with different numbers on them for the next round. And then we would slide all the specialists down. We just got lucky that those are down there. Then we put new specialists out. Alright, now there's one building missing. We always put new buildings out until there's a total of 5. So we put one new building out, and we're ready to start the next round. So we've replenished the buildings, replenished the specialist, slid all these down, shuffled up the used ones, put them over here, and then you resolve the round in the new player order. So orange would be first, then blue again, and then last orange. And then you just continue this until all the buildings are gone, all the specialists are gone, one color boat is gone, or someone's played all their basic buildings. After that's all over, you'll total up the victory points on your specialist, any actual fan victory points you got during the game, and all the victory points from the buildings that you built. And then I believe each set of 5 coins is worth 1 victory point as well. And that's how you play Yamatai. I may have missed a few intricate details there, but that's the gist of the game. That's how a round flows. It's really cool how you're picking what boats you're getting, what special power you're getting, as well as your turn order as you choose this. Then you can go and just spread out as quick as you can, get as many tokens as you can, so you can get as many special abilities as you can. Or you can just come in behind people and build as quickly as you can where they've cleared off the tokens. So there's a lot of different strategies in this game, and there's different combinations you can pull off with the specialists. It's just a really deep, engaging, interactive game. You're always watching what everybody else is doing and hoping they don't pick a certain thing, and you can block them off from getting insane combos if you see something coming up, because these specialists are public knowledge. You got to leave them face up. So it's just a very cool and beautiful game. I mean, once you have all these boats, you have boats all over the board of these different colors, and of course these tokens would be gone. And then you've got the big, special buildings that would be here all over the board as well. It just looks amazing once you've got the whole, really into a game. Especially when you're playing 4 players, because you've got the purple and the gray and the blue and everything. I mean, the artwork's amazing. The components are high quality. Everything's really nice, heavy, thick, durable. It's just a beautiful game. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. Leave any comments below. Check out gamingonboard.com. We have links there to our Facebook and Instagram accounts, and we do post daily. So as always, thanks for watching, and play all the games.